Hi, welcome back to my channel. Before we start, thank you for checking out my first video on data mining. And I would like to thank those who actually hit on the subscribe button and also hit on the like button as well. Thank you for the support. Okay, today we're going to talk about mining. And I feel that it is very important to cover this topic because it is, if it's not one of the biggest, then it is the biggest feature in game. Okay, because no matter what you do, whether you're a whale, whether you're a dolphin, whether you're a free to play player, all the more you should look into mining, and you should get started early as well, and you should get started it right, the right way. Now, mining is seen evident at every stage of the game, whether you are just starting out, or whether you are late in game, or whether you're well established, or perhaps like me. Okay, mining is still very important, and I mine every single day. And if you can see here that I have 3 miners running, and this one just completed the node. And okay, separate topic altogether. This is more about ethics. This is what I would do. Okay, you see there are so many nodes here. What I would do is I would just move my miner slightly away. It refreshes, and I move the miner back. Okay, this is what I will do. I will not like go around sticking my head into this node, that node, that node, that node. And there are also some people who just leave 1,000 here, 1,000 there, some here, some there, and do not finish mining that particular node, and it just annoys me. Okay, if you're watching this video, I hope you're not like that, and don't do that, because as much as you're expecting to mine on the full node, I believe that it is purely ethical that you would give other players the same kind of treatment or expectations as well. Okay, now back to business. Okay, now mining. Yes, what can you mine? Okay, the first question is what can you mine? Now you can basically mine all the currencies that basically you can mine all the currencies that are found in game currencies. Yes, STFC has the most currency in game, and every currency that you see in game, you can there's actually a way of getting them. Okay, but primarily through mining. Okay, you can mine steel, you can mine titanium, you can mine dilithium, you can mine platinum. What else can you mine? You can also mine data. You can mine what else are there? There's so many things to mine. I just cannot. Oh, you can mine ores. Yes, materials. Okay, so you have crystals, you have gas, you have ores as well. Okay, so these are some of the things that you can mine. Okay, stick your hand in and get working. Now, there are different grades of materials that you can mine as well, especially when it comes to all these kind of raw materials. The basic idea is some materials you mine, and then you do not need to convert them. They get stored as it is as to how much you mine them. But there are some materials whereby after you mine them, you will need to refine them so that they are usable. Okay, according to grade 2 or grade 3 resources for that matter. So among those are things that you need to do so through the refinery over here. You see this button over here? Okay, so these are the things that you would need to refine. Okay, grade 2 ore, grade 2 gas, grade 2 crystals, and so on and so forth. Okay, now if you were to click into them, okay, I've clicked this already, so I can't really show it to you. Just to check grade 2. Okay, so yes, so you would get a chance of getting either 40 uncommons, whatnot and whatnot. Okay, and then you can choose how much to submit into the refinery so that it will in return give you these kind of like lot of refined materials. Okay, one chest 3,000. Now you got to be very careful here, because the game, even though it is very well designed, but it is not always, and you do not always see it like being how to say the scale or the ratio are the same. Okay, for example, one chest 3,000, two chests should be 6,000, but no, 15,000. Three chests 50,000. Okay, so the more chests that you choose to, well, because this is a time based kind of game, because everything is controlled by time. You can only do like one thing. You can only submit one request at a single time. So the more you want to get from it, so you get taxed more. I think that's the basic idea out of it. But For me personally, I wouldn't go the 50k. I would go at most the 2 chests. Okay, the two chests one will do, because there is so much that I can mine a day, and if I were to push myself too much, 50k, 3 chests, and there's no guarantee that in a chest that you will get any uncommons at all. I repeat, there's no guarantee that in any chest, even if you were to choose 1 chest, 2 chests, 3 chests, there's no guarantee at all that you will get any uncommon. So don't you think that don't you think going about thinking that, by clicking on three chests, you would at least get a guaranteed one uncommon refined ore? I mean, at least one. Well, literally thinking, right, they should at least give you one, because you submitted 3 chests, the odds should be bigger, right? Better, right? But no, you do not get that. I've tried 3 chests before, and it gave me a bunch of commons, not just grade 2, grade 3 as well. If you think grade 2 is bad, grade 3 is worse, because you need to submit more ores, more gases, more unrefined things to get the refined ones. Okay, and to make it even worse, to make it even more enticing, you even have primes whereby you can research. Okay, you can research crystal prime, gas prime, ore prime. Okay, when you reach the certain level, whereby it tell you this, okay, that you get a +1 to your refinery batch. So that means if I were to, using this example, if I were to click on 1 chest, instead of 1, I'll get 2, if you have that prime research. Okay, but does that actually guarantee you better results? Again, no. So based on your own discretion, only you get a prime, because I'm not telling you here that get a prime because it give you better results. No, it doesn't. Okay, because I have gotten many times already common batches of crystals, no uncommons from it. Just when I wanted to have grade 3 uncommon crystals, no, it gave me none. It gave me a bunch of commons. Okay, so yeah, it doesn't guarantee you that. I mean, nothing is guaranteed in this game. It's all based on random, RNG, that kind of thing. So yeah, these are the things that you can mine. Now, what should you mine? Okay, second question, what should you mine? Not everything you should go about mining, because there are other more effective ways whereby you can go about to get, for example, pastille, or even dilithium, or even titanium. Okay, there are better ways of doing that, instead of mining them, or to dedicate a miner for that purpose. Okay, now if you want to go about getting, or topping up your pastille, your these 3 resources up here, you can actually go about or getting them through raiding. Okay, you don't mine them unless it is through a quest or mission whereby tells you to mine certain amount, that kind of thing. Okay, then only you need to mine, or else forget about it. If you want all these resources, you can get them through mission rewards. Okay, especially dilithiums. Okay, because it's so slow, and you're only getting that much out of it. Okay, so it's not worth the time that you invest to spend a miner onto that particular node. Okay, yeah, so don't mind these latinums. Okay, do not mind latinums as well. Okay, because it is not worth it. I mean, let me show you this. Okay, so if you click on refinery, now if you buy latinums, you get raw latinums, and then you need to pass them through the refinery. Okay, which you will be able to see it here. You see, there's a latinum tab specifically for refining raw latinums. Now, if you notice that there's this shining border that's going about it. Now, I missed a session, just so that when I do this video, I can actually show it to you guys, okay, and girls out there, okay, what this means. Okay, now it only promises you 255 guaranteed, you see, guaranteed, and the rest are all are on a chance. Okay, now there's only a possibility of getting these. Okay, these are parts for your platinum miner, aka the Divor. Okay, what you're guaranteed with is just 255 latinums. Now, 255 is actually very, very little a day, because you can only use this feature once a day. Now, if you were to click on 2 chests, it would tell me probably like, but Abel, if you were to click on 2 chests, you're getting like 400, no, 510, 510, right? Yeah, 510 a day, which is not too bad. Well, depends how you look at it, okay? Because the amount of time that you spend mining Latinums, if you're not using a Divor, if you're using a normal miner, will take a very, very long time to get the amount that you need. Because only when you're using a Divor, then you can reach amounts like this, 60 million. Yes, I have been mining a lot simply because of Platinum Rush events, which is going to happen tomorrow. Talking about events, today is Swamp Sunday. So every Sunday you have Swamp Sundays. Every Monday you have Platinum Rush events. So these two events are staples on STFC. So be prepared for it, okay? And you can benefit much from it. So yes, when you refine your raw Latinums, you get this Latinums and then you get Divor parts as well. Okay, you use these parts to upgrade your Divor. Okay, so back to what? Okay, so since I've covered this right now, 2 chests. Okay, these 2 are scaled accordingly. Okay, see 1 chest, 2 chests. Okay, so this makes sense. Okay, to go for 2. So I'm gonna click 2, and ta-da! You see 481 only. So it's all random factor, and it doesn't like always give you an average or a very satisfactory rate kind of thing. So yeah, so you decide. But for me personally, I would recommend you not to mine Latinums, okay, unless you are pursuing or going for the Latinum Rush event. But what I would suggest you to do or to focus on would be these 3 things, okay? The crystals, the gas, and the ores, because these 3 resources, you use them extensively in all areas, okay? You need them for your buildings, you need them for your research, you need them for your ships, okay? You need them to upgrade your ships so that they will perform better as well. Now, next, data. You should mine data as well, because if you have not watched my first video, you should watch it, because data is a very important currency because it covers across 2 factions, and these 2 factions, the Augment and the Rogue, they use data extensively as well. So mine those as well. Now, ships, okay? Miners, aka surveys, okay? Now, I will categorize them to 3 categories, okay? There are 3 kinds of miners to me, okay? There are the common or general kind, whereby you will get them for free once you have researched them on your tree, okay? Research tree. If I'm mistaken, is here. Let me show it to you. Sorry, it's not Galaxy, it's under Station, I believe. Yeah, you see? So you'll be unlocking these ships once you reach a certain level, and you get 1 ship for free. Okay, so the common or general surveys, you will get to research them, and once you have done the research, you get 1 of their ship for free. All blueprints provided. Just click build, that's it. Okay, so you get 1. Now as you go on, you will also see you unlock the envoy, and then you also unlock the horizon. Okay, so these are the 3 common general free ships that you get once you have done the necessary research. Okay, now back to ships. Okay, now the first one you get would be the Fortunate. Now I have nicknamed it the Unfortunate Fortunate because the rate of it is very, very slow. Okay, the mining rate of it is very slow. So if you were to build this, you do not need to like tier it, or you do not need to max it. You can just put it to until tier 2 or 3, that kind of thing, and then just move on, okay, until you get your hands on an envoy. Okay, now envoy would be a survey whereby you'll be using most parts in the early part of the game. Okay, so if you are like you can get the envoy at level shipyard 16. So once you're at once you have the shipyard at 16, you'll be able to build yourself an envoy until you can gather enough, or you can gather more blueprints, okay, to build more envoys. Okay, now envoy is one ship that you can invest in. Okay, so if you have an envoy, you can max it out as well, because the max an envoy is not very costly. Yeah, because this is a 2-star ship, 2-star survey, so most of the time you'll be only using 2-star materials, okay, or uncommons or rares. Yeah, do you need 2-star rares? Can't remember, but yeah, it's not expensive to max one of these. Okay, then moving on, then you have the specialty surveys or miners. That means miners that are in game with sole or one purpose, the kind of thing. Okay, so you have like the Botany Bay, okay, which is used to mine data. Okay, and then you have the North Star. Okay, now many people have been talking about the North Star, how good it is. Okay, if you see, I have 60 out of 90 blueprints. Okay, that's not just all. I'll tell you why. Now, why the North Star is so popular is because of the bonus. Okay, and another thing about it is because of its stats. Okay, the defense, if I'm mistaken, and the health, and most people will use North Star to raid bases. Okay, so other than using the North Star to mine, people actually use it to raid bases as well, because of the defensive stats of this survey ship, which is very good. Okay, apparently, but the drawback or the downside of the North Star is it is a rare. It's not just a rare; it's a grade 3 ship rare, which means that to upgrade the North Star or to tier up the North Star to make it really, really useful. Now, a general passing remark, all ships in STMC would be able to shine better, or will start to shine once you have it at tier 5 minimum. Okay, so imagine to get the North Star to tier 5, you'll be using grade 3 materials, because this is a grade 3 ship, right? So it will start using grade 3 materials, and you'll be start using grade 3 uncommon crystals, which you would need a lot for your main ships and not just for your miners per se, and it will tax you a lot. So there are pros and cons to it. So depending how you want to use the North Star. The other downside that I wanted to highlight was this: it has a very small cargo capacity. You see, it's only at 3,000 stock. Okay, let me show you how an upgraded North Star looks like. Okay, since this is dead, let's repair this quickly. No, we're not gonna wait. We're gonna do it. Speed it up, okay, so that I can actually show you a ship, because I can only when it is docked then I can ship. Change the ship. Okay, now I have 2 North Stars here. Wow, we have 2. Yeah, I have 2 and the 60 over there, so 2 and 2/3. Okay, now Abel thought that the North Star is gonna be my to-go-to miner. So I thought having not just one, having 2 would do me good. Okay, that's why I got 2. But later did I realize this is that it's a grade 3 ship, and being a grade 3, you need grade 3 materials to level it up. Okay, so this is at level 11. What tier is this? Tier 5. Okay, tier 5. So I got it to tier 5, and let's assign ship. Let me show it to you what it requires. Okay, you see, it's not even fully upgraded at tier 5. Okay, so sad. Okay, simply because it's just like this uncommon crystal, you need 29. Okay, and this is just at tier 5. Can you imagine if I were to upgrade all these parts? 29, 14, you need around like 100 at tier 5, and as you go higher, you need even much more materials. Okay, so this is a tier 5 North Star, and the cargo is at 5,600 only, from a stock of 3,000. this barely even twice the amount. So can you imagine 5,006, you got to send it back to your base, unload it, and to send it back again. Okay, while this is said to be a very good ship, okay, for reading, it doesn't do so well mining because the maintenance of it is very very high. You need to pay so much attention, time on it to send it back and forth to see, to compare to those general common miners. I mean, if I were to switch it out to another ship, okay, manage, let's switch it to another, where's my other ship? Okay, I have another horizon here. This is the tier 1 horizon. Tier 1 stock. Just look at the cargo capacity, 105k. That's like almost 20 times extra, right? So yeah, it has a very small cargo load and will require a lot of management effort to get it running. So that's why it's now stashed aside and collecting dust, and what I thought to be of value is no longer of value to me. Okay, and for those of you who are watching this video, most likely you are from the same server as I am, whereby at my level there aren't too many people that I can raid right now because the server is still very new. So yeah, so it's being stashed aside, okay, until further notice, or may not be using it at all. Now, the other thing about a max envoy is you can actually scrape it later on, okay, to get the additional 3-star uncommon materials that you need to for your buildings, researches, or ship upgrades that you need to perform. Okay, now so back to ships. So North Star, up to you. I wouldn't recommend it, even though it's a very good ship for raiding. Next, the Divor. Okay, the Divor is a specialty ship. Okay, and it is only used for platinum mining. Okay, because it has this crazy bonus here. Okay, no, there are so many zeros here, but it's actually only 120% extra. Okay, it's not much. Okay, for raw platinum. Okay, yeah, if you want to mine platinum, only use the Divor. Don't use any other kind of ships out there. And if you have spent enough on a Divor, it will actually do you good, and it will actually be a wee bit profitable, okay, because you'll be winning in events for yourself, for your alliance, that kind of thing. And you can, and once you start upgrading it, okay, details, okay, the cargo capacity goes up to 74k, okay, and the protected cargo is 27k. Now, mine, remember this, that this is not just purely on upgrades alone, okay. This is a Divor at tier 5, and then these are the parts that I've gotten for it, and it's ready for another tier up as well. Okay, I plan to get this to tier 6, but I'm just waiting for the right time to do it. Right time? Yes, right time. Events, because there are certain events whereby when you spend resources on your ships or buildings, you get extra points. So don't go wasting, your resources, your points, whereby it could probably be used to help you to win those events. Okay, so don't go wasting them. Okay, now this Divor would not be doing what it does if it wasn't for all these. Okay, research, galaxy. I've gotten prime platinum, I've gotten Divor platinum mining, I've gotten Divor security enhancement. 3 of these researches maxed. Only then is giving you that kind of stats that you saw just now. Okay, now tier 5, yeah, so what, right, Abel, tier 5, so what, let me show you. Let's go to platinum node. Okay, with my Divor, where should I go to? Is it, so I can't remember where. Is it Losty? Yeah, Losty. Okay, Losty, you have platinums here. Okay, at Losty. Okay, let's just click on this node. This is my mining rate. Okay, on my Divor, 383,000 compared to a normal miner, 289. So that's why I said earlier, do not mine Latinums other than using a Divor. It's just for this reason, okay, and this reason alone, okay, because you can't compete. I mean, if you were to use a normal miner or any other ships, you can use a grade 4 ship for the matter, it will not be able to give you this kind of rate, 383,000. Okay, so don't waste time, mine other stuff. If I were you, I would strongly suggest you to go mining crystals, gas, and ores. That's it. And data. Okay, nothing else. Okay, now the next ship that we're going to look at would be the Horizon. Okay, just now I told you to max out your envoys, right? Now, stick with envoy. Do not look over the fence and thinking about other mining ships out there, okay, other than the Horizon, simply because you get one for free, and because it is not very costly to upgrade the Horizon, even though it's a 3-star ship. Okay, now the 3-star range, some might have heard of this, that because these are 3-star ships, you would also it would not be long before you get your hands onto faction miners. Faction miners are mining ships whereby it is tied or bound to a certain faction, which means that, okay, you should know by now that if you're under Federation uses gas a lot, or they pro gas per se. Okay, if you're Romulan, you'll be pro ore, right? Pro ore, yes. And if you're Klingon, you'll be pro crystal. Okay, so yeah, they have actually faction ships which give you bonuses to that particular resource. Okay, so like K-Vought is actually a faction ship. Okay, Klingon, 70% mining rate of crystal. Okay, you get that bonus. Okay, these 3 ships are the same. The K-Vought, the Antares is the Federation one, and the Valkis, the Romulan one. They are all the same ship, different skin, different bonus. That's it. Okay, one does all, the other does gas. Okay, now I would suggest to you that not to waste your blueprints on a faction miner. Save up your blueprints. Okay, save up your credits. Save up your credits for something better, like an enterprise if you are under Federation. Okay, save your credits for something better. Do not invest on faction miners yet, because the maintenance is very, very high. Okay, but rather to invest onto where are you Horizons. Yes. Okay, 7440. Yes, I can build almost 2 more, and I have 5, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, I have 5 Horizons built, 3 being used at the moment, commission, 2 spare for future. I mean, if I have more rooms to run more miners, that kind of thing. And yeah, yes, I've been farming a lot. I've been farming a lot of Horizon blueprints on level 30 plus maps, and somehow the more that I farm, the more that they come. And yeah, that's it. Okay, then as you progress on to the later part of the game, then you get those bigger miners, okay, which are the grade 4 ones, okay, the G4 ones, which you do not see here. You will find them in your faction store. Okay, the faction store, if you were to scroll down, you see the Antares here. Okay, and then you also see the Hydra somewhere down here. Okay, these are faction miners. Okay, so don't get them yet until you're very, very well established. Okay, and yeah, if you have noticed as well, is I'm at 7.25 million, quite close to this. Yes. I'll promise you I'll make a video on enterprise, okay, once it's ready. Okay, it's not very long, not very far to go. Projected timeline, Valentine's Day, I'll get my enterprise. We'll see how it goes, okay, if I'm on track. So yeah, there you go. Miners, and I've spoken a lot, but because mining is such a big topic to touch on, I'm not even done yet, because next we'll be looking at officers, okay? Because officers, they play a very, very important role in the game, okay? They are very important, and who you use on your ship, on even your battleships, it affects your performance as well. Same goes to mining. Now, because my miners are all in the field already, so what I can do now is I'm going to sort them according to ships. I'll show it to you how I've lined them up. So A, B, C, D, B, C, D. So you have crystal, gas, and ore. Crystal, gas, and ore. So what I'm doing is this. How I've crewed them. Okay. B, I have Hilvia, I have Domitia, Barrett, okay, because it's a crystal miner, so Barrett is the captain, and I have, you see, yeah, Barrett specializes in crystal mining, okay, increases the rate of crystal, okay, and then I have Helvia, and Domitia as his psychics, okay, 2 ladies, 1 guy, not too bad, right? Okay, so don't get funny ideas, okay. Now, why? Because of this ability, Go Rush, okay. Empty cargo increases warp by 75%, so goes fast, comes back, goes fast, okay. And you have Domitia that comes back fast as well, okay. Warp speed by 50% once the cargo is full. Only when it's full, okay? So even if you are 1 crystal lacking, it will not give this bonus, okay? So you got to make sure that your ship is full before you send it home to unload, okay? So this is for my ship B, okay? Now if you notice as well that these 3 are in synergy as well. Now basically when you have your bridge, the crew on the bridge in synergy, it will increase the output of the captain, okay. It will contribute to that, okay. So make sure that you know you are pairing them together so that they are in synergy with one another. Now on my next miner C, okay, I have Kabish, okay, sounds so vulgar, okay. And then we have stone, and then we have Tepring, okay. Tepring, she pro gas, stone, he pro ore, okay. And if this helps at all, they are husband and wife, okay. So that's why I put them together. Husband and wife stays together, and this third party, okay. Not so good, but then I needed the synergy, so I put him there, okay. So they are in synergy one another as well. So that's my secondary ship. Now, if you notice how I crew my miners is that this is solely on Crystal Barrett, okay. He's the captain of this miner, and he's the only one doing the job, okay. But for my next miner, my second miner, I have the Pring and Stone on what's that word again? On ships, okay, because I am on dual faction, primarily Fat and then Romulan. So Fat is gas, I have the Pring, which is what she's doing right now, and then I have Romulan, which is pro ore, which is where stone comes in, okay. Now then why is this doing ores able? Okay, actually this 4th slot, my 3rd miner, okay, is a wild card, okay. It can be my Botany when I wanted to, it can be my Divor if I wanted to, or it can be my Horizon if I wanted to, okay. Since this is all set already, I do not like the idea of, you know, shifting crew or officers here and there, that kind of thing. So I just let this be, and even if I were to shift stone over, it will affect the synergy on this miner, and yeah, this rate would be increased, but then the synergy is not like max out, that kind of thing. You get what I mean? Okay, so Then, Abel, what do you have on your third miner? Okay, let's find out. Ship. On my third ship, my miner, I have McKinnon as captain. Okay, McKinnon, she is like overall. Okay, and then I have 1 of 10, and then I have Arium, and I have in the lower deck Joaquin. Okay, Joaquin, data miner. So when I swap the ship to a botany, I'll use him. And if I were to mine Isogen, I'll use Arium. And then 1 of 10, basically for his ability of protected cargo. Okay, so increases by 30%. Now, there's only one officer that increases the cargo capacity, and it is stone by 20%. Okay, 25%. Okay, so if you level him up higher, you get a higher figure. Okay, and what are the officers that you can use? Okay, now there are other officers out there which could help you to mine better. Okay, I really wanted to have DuPont, but because I do not believe in spending money to getting him for that something that I do not really need, so I didn't get him. Okay, the other officer that you will need would be 10 of 10. Okay, which triples, you know, mistaken, 10 of 10 triples your mining speed, 80% stock. Okay, but it's very hard to get this fella. You see, like I've cracked so many packs, it's only at 66 out of 115, simply because 10 out of 10 is an epic. Okay, so the rarer they are, the harder are they to get. Okay, so you have 10 out of 10, and the next one would be DuPont. DuPont, are you here? I don't see DuPont here. Ah, DuPont, yes, there you are. I want to get DuPont. Okay, so you have protected cargo 50%, and then you have this grade 3 bonus miner 35% only, not much. That's why I didn't believe in getting him at all. Okay, now the next thing that you would be looking at in terms of mining is miners, or not just miners, any ship with this thing here. Okay, you have this bar over here. Once you click on it, you see this bar. Okay, once you click on this, you see this bar. You see this area here that is being hashed. This is your protected cargo. Protected cargo. This is the under protected cargo. So sorry, this is the over protected, this is the under protected, my bad. Okay, so you have the UPC here, you have OPC here. Now, so what this means is that if you were to be attacked by another fellow player, by another player out there, PvP, okay, so if your ship didn't survive, your miner didn't survive, what you come back with would be a minimum of this UPC. What you lose to that person will be your OPC. Okay, now there are also some servers out there that have the ROE in place, the rules of engagement. Okay, how or in what condition can you attack another fellow player? Okay, it's based on this as well, the UPC and the OPC. So you do not attack someone when they do not have UPC, that kind of thing, because it's pure bully, that kind of thing. If you're watching this video and you don't believe in ROE, good for you. But then as you get on higher in level, and if there are bigger guys above you and you get attacked often, yeah, then you see the value of ROE being in place. Okay, so yeah, officers, synergy, UPC, OPC, yeah. Now, the last two things that I'd like to talk about. Number one, locations. Where do you know where to mine? Okay, so if I were to close all these things, okay, and I'd like to zoom out. Now, if you see this button over here, click on it, trigger it, it will show you what are the materials available at which system. Okay, so 2-star, that means grade 2, 3-star means grade 3. Okay, yeah, basically that's it. Okay, and the same rule applies. Okay, the deeper you go into the galaxy, the deeper the nodes are. Okay, just to show it to you. Okay, let's say gas. Okay, on this 22 wheel system, the gas nodes here would be like 6.4. Probably it started at 8500. Should be 8500. You see, people leaving it almost done. Yeah, should be 8500 also. Okay, so it starts with 8500, and then if you were to go deeper to this map that my ship is mining on, okay, you would see 18,000. Okay, 18,000 per node. Okay, this one has 25,000. So sometimes it, most of the time it'll be 18,000. Sometimes it'll be 25,000. And if you were to go even further in, okay, now all these indications will only appear if you have, like, scouted, or you have been to that area. Okay, if not been to that area, it will not show on the map. Okay, so let's say 32. Okay, wheel system 32, gas also 18,000. Okay, now some nodes, they do get bigger as you go deeper, so I'm not able to show you more because I don't think I have gone through enough systems to be able to show this to you, but basically you get the idea. Okay, so you start with that, and then you have this as well. Yeah, this should be 18,000 as well. Yeah, 18,000. So yeah, now last thing that I'd like to talk about would be the challenges and the strategies in mining. Now, if you are in the lower level and you just started out, you face a lot of obstacles, because one of the obstacles that you face would be you will not be able to find empty nodes. Okay, because it's mainly occupied by so many players of your same category. Okay, the lower players, or the beginners for the matter. Okay, because they'll be occupying the nodes most of the time. Okay, now if you are not able to find a node near you, you can actually send your ship further away. But then ships in general are actually limited to your warp distance. Okay, and some of you, you can't really go that far because you didn't spend much onto upgrading your ships, and that's where the bottleneck is. Okay, so you are being withheld from going further. But there's also another trick whereby what you can do is you can just add in an officer into your crew. I mean, you might not have all 3 officers on bridge who are in synergy one another. You can actually take one out, and to go further in, you can actually add in Cadet Scotty, because what Scotty does is he adds warp distance. Okay, he allows you to travel further. Okay, so if you're not able to reach that particular node or that particular system in the galaxy, you can consider putting Scotty in as one of your officers on the bridge, and you can go much further. Now there's also another thing that you can also think of doing is because as you go deeper, the travel time from across the galaxy matters as well. So you want your ship to travel much faster. It is then you can consider Claw. Claw straight off stop gives you a 25%, if I'm mistaken. 25% hot pursuit as a captain. Impulse. Yeah, impulse would be, sorry, not Claw. Impulse will be within the system, not Claw. It will be then, my bad. It is Stammered. Yeah, Stammered does that. Sorry, been talking too much. Stammered, where's Stammered? Where are you, Stammered? There. Origin Stammers increases the warp speed of ship by 34%. So you can use Stammered as part of your, the officers on your bridge to give you the extra boost, to if you were to choose to travel further into the galaxy to do your mining. So I guess that's it. It's a very long video. Sorry for rambling non-stop, but I guess I've covered a lot, like, on mining, and I hope that this video would have helped you to understand mining better. So yeah, if there's any questions, do not feel shy to post them in the comment section down below, or even to connect me on Discord, or even if you're in my alliance, to just shoot me a PM, and then I'll get to you as soon as possible. So if you found this video helpful, do remember to hit on the subscribe button, or hit on the like button as well, so to help to help me to make more videos like this, to help you to understand the game better. So yeah, thanks for watching. See ya, live long and prosper.